What scares a lot of the folks at home is the money. They're like, where am I going to get $40,000, $50,000? I can't pay my rent next month hardly, which goes back to the capacity. So how are they going to get the money? Let's talk about transactional funding. Angelo, define transactional funding for me.
Transactional funding is usually on a double close that we were talking about, whether it be the minute, 2 days, 3 days, 3 weeks later. But you'll talk to a lender that will finance the deal at some percentage, 100%, 50%, whatever you agree to, and they'll fund the money so that you can purchase it. It's usually the shorter period of time.
Yeah, and they're usually a week or less, and there's a lot of companies out there that do it, and that space is getting more and more competitive, and that money's getting cheaper and cheaper.
I know that here's a shameless plug for Realeflow, which produces this show. And this was not a leading question to get into this, but I happen to know that from an inside source that they are going to start transactional funding through the software. That if you have the property under contract and you have a buyer lined up on the other side and it's all clean and good, that you can obtain the financing through Realeflow, which is pretty cool. And it makes life, I can just tell you on my end, to close the property, it's a sleeping pill.
It
makes
is.
it much easier.
It makes all those dogs that were barking go to sleep.
Right.
Yeah. And in some markets, I think it's absolutely vital that you have that ability, because those markets are still so hot and so frenetic that you don't want to advertise you've got a contract for sale for someone to go in there and try and screw it up on you.
Right.
Sweet talk your seller and interfere with that contract. Go ahead, close on the deal, and then, folks, the moment you walk away from the closing table, advertise that house any way you want, because now you own it. You can FSBO it, you can list it, whatever, and you can put it everywhere. Most aggressive marketing campaign possible, a lot of which you can do right through Realeflow. Now that you own it, you can do all that stuff.
Right, and you actually talk about, aren't you? You are one of the instructors in Realeflow in some of the classes. Right?
That is true.
Again, shameless plug. So yeah, it does. It's a great way to when you own it, the peace of mind is just there.
One of the things that you shouldn't do, when you said people are getting scared, and you sort of alluded to this, if you put a property under contract and you tell me, hey, would you be interested in buying this contract from me? And then I go ahead and forward that, and I add a bunch of money to it, and I send it over to Jeff, and then Jeff adds some money to it and sends it to someone else. Don't do that.
Oh, that is what I call daisy chaining, yeah. Joint venture wholesaling. To me, it's parachuting in to parasite on the deal, and it really pisses me off. It's illegal. It's all get out.
Now that we've identified the transactional funding piece of it, how would you differentiate the difference between private money or hard money and transactional funding? Because a lot of people think hard money lender is what they need.
Hard money has its own
I'll split it up my way, okay? Hard money is for a longer term duration on a fix and flip, okay? And there's guys out there who specialize in making hard money easy. In fact, one of my clients, that's his marketing brand, okay, and he's in Minnesota. Private lending, private money, is whatever sort of a personal relationship you can build out with other people in your circle of influence that want to lend you money. That's not a business to them. Hard money lenders, they're in the business of lending money, okay? In fact, I've got friends that are lobbying today for the ability to continue to do that in the state of Texas. They're right there right now as we're recording. They're doing this. So it's hard money lenders is a business. Private lenders it's a relationship. It's not a business for them, it's a relationship. And you're giving that private lender 3-4 times more money that they're earning with you than that they're earning on a certificate of depression down at the bank. So why not do that? You know, why not make 8% instead of 2%?
I think hard money lenders gets a bad rap. It's just that connotation. People think that they're taking advantage, they're out there to screw people, and it's not the case. You have all kinds of covenants, not regulations, but points, interest rates, things of that nature. Just like flippers had a bad name for the longest time, but legal definition of flipper is just someone who buys and sells within 6 months. Or is it a year?
It's a year. Yeah.